Hello everyone, welcome to another Sexy Ass Live, where this show is all about being open, all about being the person that you are on the inside, all about being that person that you are when no one else around. All about being open sexually, really saying your desires, really not caring who here or who has something to say about it, because this is your life. Today, I have a special guest. Yes, they wanted an encore. Okay? So M Genie is back with self, of course. Today we are going to be talking about the levels of intimacy. Now, we have a lot of levels. I'm not going to go through all of them. I'm only going to go through my favorite three. Let's keep in mind what intimacy is. Intimacy is closeness. Closeness that you share with yourself and closeness that you share with your partner. And of course, I'm real big about, doing things for self first, because that's what gets the ball rolling. Honestly, that's what gets the communication rolling. That's what gets the, knowing what I want and being able to tell my partner rolling. That's what gets the ball rolling. Creating intimacy with yourself. When you are creating intimacy, when you are creating this closeness, it's very important to monitor your feelings. Very important to monitor how you are feeling with yourself. Very important to monitor how you are feeling with your partner. When you are talking to your partner, how do you feel? When y'all are in the car, what's the energy like? How is it? When you're eating, how is it? What's the feeling? Now, I want you to, really monitor that, because that is intimacy. When you feel that closeness that you share with someone, that's called intimacy. Now, I wrote three of my favorite intimacies. Now, my first one, of course, I'm sure everyone is familiar with it, which is the sexual intimacy. Closeness, sexual closeness, meaning sexual intercourse, meaning giving oral, meaning, getting into it sexually, kissing, hugging, rubbing, touching. I'm all about using my senses. I was on live with the Sacred Genie, and we was talking about, sensual self-care. And of course, I love to bring up, I am all about senses, because when you are using your senses, you are in tune. You are in the moment of your sex life, of life, period. When you are in tune with your senses, you are in tune with your life. So sexual intercourse, sexual intimacy is closeness. Now, whichever one, if you don't have a partner, sexual intimacy can really be used for yourself. Now, like I said before in my last live, your senses, use your smells, create a closeness with yourself by your smell. Get your favorite cologne, your favorite perfume, and just sniff. When you smell that perfume, that cologne, you know that, oh, that's me. That's me. When you smell that special incense, it reminds you of yourself. Or if you're with someone, it could remind you of the love that you share with your partner. Now, sexual intimacy with your partner is really no different than intimacy with yourself. Sharing, hugs, really just holding each other and just really just feeling each other's body. Share that closeness. Another intimacy that I have on my list is creative intimacy. Yes, Creative intimacy. Now, me and my husband recently started this creative intimacy. And if you follow me on Instagram, you know that me and him is always, going back and forth sexually, really just, sharing each other's energy with y'all. But creative intimacy is just like how it sounds. Using your creativity together, creating things together, whether that's, you can be creating art, creating songs, creating whatever, beats. It's your creative energy, creating a dance together. It's just that. It's creativity that you share together, that closeness. Remember, intimacy is sharing closeness. Of course, the creativity does not have to be the same. Y'all do not have to share the same creativity, intimacy like others. No, it's all about you and your partner and what y'all like to do together and what y'all like to do to bring you together, bring you closer to each other. That's what creative intimacy is about. Another thing that I have on my list is communication intimacy. Now, I know a lot of us know what communication is, and I know for sure because I was one. We know that communication can be hard sometimes. But once again, it starts with self. It starts with who you are in the inside, really just talking to yourself and getting to know who you are on the inside. So in order for you to be intimate with someone else, you have to be intimate with yourself first. With communication intimacy, this is really just, communicating. For example, asking each other, how was your day? How do you feel today? How are you doing? Let me know what did you do today? What's up? Communication. Let's talk. Let's talk. Let's express our feelings. Another way of communication intimacy is pretty much, I think I just told the sacral genie this, but it's pretty much, receiving feedback from each other after sex. That creates that creates that intimacy after sex and before sex, asking each other what you want or, how you want this done. That is your closeness that you are creating with each other. Now, after sex, you ask for feedback, like, how was that? Did you like that? That is your communication intimacy once again coming in. It's plenty of ways to, communicate with your partner. But like I said, you cannot communicate with anyone or tell anyone how you are feeling or what you want unless you know and unless you talk to yourself first. Communication, sexual intimacy, creative intimacy, all of this is great. All of this can work very good. But if you do not know what you like as a person or, open to what you like as a person, no one else can be open or get intimate with you if you are not. So, levels of intimacy is so many of them. It's so many levels to intimacy because it's so many things that you can do to create a bond, to create the closeness with yourself and your partner. For example, shopping. Shopping is an intimacy. If both of you like shopping and it brings you closer together, that is a form, a level of intimacy. Spiritual intimacy. If both of you are on the same path, on the same, religious, whatever, spiritual journey, that creates a intimacy, creates a closeness with you and that person. So yeah, intimacy is pretty much whatever you make it, whatever brings you and your partner together. You do not have to be limited to the ones that I've told you or the ones that, you know, that you see others talk about. No. Create your own intimacy with yourself. Create your own closeness with yourself and your partner. It is whatever that brings you, yourself, close to yourself and close to your partner. So I really do want you guys to, you know, really just think about that, because a lot of people feel that they have to share an intimacy that someone else is talking about on YouTube, or, you know, it has to be in the books. Like, no, whatever type of intimacy, closeness that brings y'all together, that is a type, that is a level that you guys share. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this sexy ass live. Please tune in next Wednesday. I have another juicy one for you. Of course, I know y'all like it juicy. I know y'all like it wet. I like to keep things wet and, you know, spicy and hot for you guys. Please go follow me on Instagram at MGENIII with 3 eyes. You can follow me on Twitter with the same name, MGenie with 3 eyes. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I enjoyed, you know, really expressing this, because intimacy is a thing that I love to talk about. I love to talk about how I get closer to myself as a person, how I get closer to my partner. Now, we've been together for almost 6 years. 6 years is coming up, and we are finding new ways, finding out new things about each other. And we are always growing. So I want you to keep in mind, when you are with someone, always allow growth. Always allow different things into the relationship, because they're not going to be the same person that they was, you know, years ago or when you first met them. Of course not. And you shouldn't want them to be the same person. You should always want them to grow. Now, if they going down and not going up, then you might have to go out, get out, and go somewhere else. Now, thank you guys for tuning in.